Who disturbs my slumber? Your daddy just wants to film a little bit of you. The humans missed you yesterday in the video. Yeah, daddy shot a video in the car yesterday without you. The rental car. You're not really supposed to go in the rental car, so I'm not really sure what we're going to do tomorrow, if we're actually going to go to the park or not. I am sorry, you might have to skip it for a week. Then who knows how long, depending on whether I get my car back or not. I know, I'm sorry. You're a good boy. Aww. You want your tummy? Oh, you want your tummy, but you can't quite roll over? Do you need some help rolling over? Or you're just too comfortable? There, I can get under there, yeah. Is that good? Tell the humans how awesome you are? Yeah. Yes, Daddy's gonna put out another video of you today or tomorrow with the snow, depending on how... I don't want to put too much out on one day and not have enough for the other day, so it depends on what I get filmed today. Hopefully I get a Super Deck Sunday filmed after I film this. But for today, Daddy just wanted to do kind of like a second day proper shout out regarding how much Daddy loves Avatar. Because the Avatar cards came in, Kaiba. The ones that I've been telling you about for months. About how Daddy was super excited. Remember the show The Avatar that you and Daddy used to watch? Daddy has all three books from the original series. And like half of Korra on DVD. Honestly, Daddy didn't like Korra as much as Daddy liked the original one. So Daddy kind of gave up on Korra, and I feel a little bit bad because I hear it ends decently well, but it takes a long road to get there, in my opinion. And I don't like that the seasons or the books are so much shorter in Korra. The books are like a lot shorter, if I remember correctly. Anyways, we're not here to talk about Korra. We're here to talk about the original Avatar. Avatar, the Last Airbender! Oh, yes. Daddy, play with your paw. I know. They give you a good scratch, though. Yes. Yesterday, Daddy Daddy made the video in the car of all the Avatar stuff that I got. If you guys missed that video yesterday, you're going to be kind of sad because you missed the first pack opening on this channel of Avatar, The Last Airbender, and it was a awesome pack. But I am going to review that pack here just in case before we start opening new packs today, because I really love a lot of the cards that I pulled in that pack, and I'm just really, really excited about how well they've tied in the art and the flavor to the series. I know Universes Beyond is not well thought of right now amongst many Magic players, and I will include myself to a certain extent in that because if you've seen my video the other week about whether I'm the problem or Wizards of the Coast is the problem with regards to Magic, I'm still kind of bothered by the idea that almost, well, what was it? I think he said 30% already is, and I'm pretty sure after, like, Ninja Turtles, it'll probably be like 50% of all legendaries are Universes Beyond cards. I think that's really not okay. I think that that's taking the game too far out of its course. But I can't help myself. I love Avatar too much. And I will probably get at least some Ninja Turtle stuff for sure at some point. I know I want the Commander deck really bad, just based on the few things I've seen that are going to be in it already. It looks fantastic. Like, the Ninja Turtle cards in general, I'm just, like, super stoked for. Like, the turtles themselves, I mean. But anyways, again, that's not what we're here to talk about. Can Daddy start doing some card stuff? Is that okay? Okay. So, I've got the playmat set up over here. Just going to plug in the phone to make sure it doesn't go into, like, battery saver mode. I'm not really sure how that affects the phone mid-video, whether that like will cancel out my video or ooh, we're a little too far off, or I need to bring this down some. I guess bring it down some. Okay, well that's a good idea for a change. Before my old phone, you would have to put it like right up against the edge there. I never liked that, but this is actually not bad. Can I get that just a little more in without hitting any of the buttons? Okay. And then, nice. It's not bad. You still see my bedding, unfortunately, behind the playmat. Maybe I'll have to get something else for that at some point. So, just in case you didn't see yesterday's video, as I say, quick refresher. We got all these cards courtesy of Tista Minis. This will probably be the last time I shout them out. I don't want to shout them out every time. Because while I'm really stoked that they were able to get me these boxes, don't get me wrong, I just, I'm not sponsored by anybody right now, and I'm hoping to eventually get sponsored by somebody, and if I make too many videos about one or the other, I'm worried that they might never actually want to get behind me, per se. But we'll see. That is a long way off right now, though. What they did do, which was cool, is they included 2 firebending students into the packs. Or into the packaging with my stuff. I'm just wondering if I should zoom this in some for you guys. It looks a little too high. Let's see if I put it to 2. Ooh, that seems way too much. It needs to be like a 1.5. I don't know how to get to that, so we'll just leave it as 1. And I'll just bring this stuff up to the camera closer when I want you to see it. So, for example, the firebending student, which is really cool, has prowess and firebending X, which is insane. So, I haven't put them into a deck yet, but I'm definitely stoked to use those eventually. We did also pull, as I said yesterday, we opened 1 pack of Avatar. And I'm just going to show you all the awesome stuff that was in that. Guess it's just in the same order that it was before, almost. So we got Zuko's Exile last time, we got Giant Koi, we got Kyoshi Warriors, which I wanted to read Waterbending because I didn't realize it, but it's like right on the card last time. While paying a waterbending cost, you can tap artifacts and creatures to help. Each one pays... No, actually, it doesn't explain what waterbending does. Alright. I don't know. We got the Kyoshi Warriors, which is amazing. Canyon Crawler, I love that guy. Badger Mole. Like, this pack was just so on point for, like, it covered, like, such a vast array of different stuff from Avatar that I was just super excited about it. Blasting Jelly from the Pirates. Wolf Bat from the Lover's Cave. Zuko Exile Prince was our first legendary. Oh, there's a little bit of the packaging on him. I'll just take that and put that to the side. Sparring Dummy, which I got wrong and called the Pumpkin Lord at first, but it's actually the Melon Lord. I corrected it partway through the video, but still, I will admit that I was wrong. Sun Warriors, which are amazing. I love the Sun Warriors. We got a cool ally token that has the Sun Warriors on it. I'm assuming this is white, but I'm not sure. Doesn't really have, like, coloring per se to help with that. And then we got a cool clue token. Plains. And then Bender's Water Skin, which had a really nice... I like the tribal prints on these. These are really nice for the hollows. And we got our first really cool Toph first Metal Bender. So we've got 2 legendaries so far, and I wanted to keep those up because I am definitely trying to collect as many of the Avatar cards as possible. My goal, and I know this is going to just annoy people who don't like Universes Beyond, I'm fine with that though because it's me, it's what's going to make me happy, and this is going to make me extremely happy. I would like to get the 5-colored Avatar and then get my favorite characters from the entire show out of this box, hopefully, and this box, hopefully. And between those 2 boxes, I'm hoping that if I pull that Avatar, and I pull all the different characters that I like and all their different treatments, I can build them into one Avatar deck. which I am then going to sleeve with these beautiful amber colored sleeves, because I think that that would be a perfect color for Aang as a commander. And I think it does a really nice job of including like earth, water, fire, and air kind of into the mix. In my opinion, I think that all four of them, those tribes, would look really good against that background. So I'm pretty stoked. Before we open this, or before we open a few packs of this, I do want to open this box with you guys. For those who are new to the channel, we used to have a thing on this channel called Jumpstart Your Day. It happened every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And what happened was every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, when I could, for the most part, it was supposed to be a morning thing. The idea was to open one pack in the morning, and on those days, preferably, but sometimes I had to record in advance. But you would open one pack of Jumpstart, go through it, and it would be a short on the channel. And this box contains 24 packs. So just to explain Jumpstart, the idea is you grab a booster pack of 20 cards for yourself and a second one. And you open two of these and you put them together and they become a 40 card deck. They include 8 to 10 lands, typically. And the rest of the cards are something fun. And it's usually a theme. They all have themes of some sort. And so you get to combine 2 themes, and then your friend combines 2 themes, and you battle. And for those who are new to the channel, also, just a quick reminder about this. I do have a beautiful Appa deck box. And this Appa deck box is for my Jumpstart Your Day Commander Cube. Ooh, I think I just cracked something there that wasn't supposed to be cracked. That's not good. So, for example, this box contains 5 different Jumpstart Your Day packs. It has Corruption from Phyrexian. It has Bloody Vampires. It has Surprise. It has Stalwart. And it has Encounter. And so my goal is to have this cube contain 10 to 12 of these boxes, preferably 10, just so I have enough sleeves. And then I want everybody to be able to build a 60 card deck by picking one theme from their box and then trading, passing their boxes around and getting a couple other people to pick different themes and going from there. So I always thought that that was a really cool idea for something to do at a LGS, just for fun, to take that in and just play with a bunch of people randomly. Hopefully they would all return my cards, of course, but the idea being I want to add a bunch of these into that too, but also if I pull some really cool legendaries out of here, they're just automatically going to go into my collection. So there are 24 packs in this box, if I remember correctly. I read yesterday. Yes. So if we open one on Monday, one on Wednesday, one on Friday, which is the goal, we should have 8 weeks of Jumpstart Your Day as like a revisit to the series. It could be the last time I do the series for a while again, because I just really don't want to do the ones that we've already done, except for maybe go back to Foundations one more time. I could do Foundations and Avatar again, potentially, if I had the money. The issue is also the money right now with respect to everything that's happened with my car and stuff. Probably not going to happen anytime soon. But I'm just thinking that that is a possibility. However, ultimately, I think that this will probably be the only run of it. And then it depends on whether they bring out something else in Jumpstart, whether I buy it or not for the cube. But that is for the cube, and that we will start on Monday, as I say. For today, we have this beautiful box of boosters, which has, I think it's 30, isn't it? Hoping it's 30. If I remember correctly, it's 30. Yes. So there are 30 play boosters in here. We opened one yesterday. And today, we would like to open a few more. So my goal is to... I do like this. I went over it a little bit yesterday, but I didn't like touch on it too much. They have a really interesting thing in here for the draft archetypes to try and give people an idea of what to build. So if you get white and blue, you're going to go flyers. Blue and black, you're going to go for draw 2. Fire Nation aggro is black-red. Earth Rumble ramp is red-green. Allies for green-white. Sacrifice for white-black. Combat lessons for white or for blue-red. Green and black gives you +1/+1 counters. Red and white goes wide aggro, and blue and green is ramp plus lessons. Interesting mixes. So what we're going to do today is I'm just going to open 3 packs, and then we need to pick out 7. So I'm going to pick out 7 randomly with you guys today for the next new set versus old set, and then I'm going to pick 3 to open today with you guys, and we're just going to go from there. So, got a whole bunch here. I'm just going to pick that one, and that one for new set versus old set, and this one for today. The rest of these can go back in the box. There should be 6. The goal is to basically have the same number in each stack if possible. So right now there's 3, 6, 9 there, so I'd have to do the same thing here. So let's go end one for 1, we'll go this one for 2, and that one for today. And then over here, we should have more in this stack, in theory. 4, 8, 11. Holy crap, how did that one get so much when there's only 9? Okay, well, we're going to pick 3 from here. So we'll go this one, and this one. And for today, I'm going to go this one because it's hiding. Which should leave me 7 to go in the middle. And leaves us 19 packs to open at other points. Which is awesome. I am pretty happy with that. That means plenty of other Avatar content for this channel at different points. Tomorrow's new jumps... oh my gosh. I'm getting all my titles mixed up. Tomorrow's Super Deck Sunday is supposed to be a Yu-Gi-Oh! One. And I did promise you guys that we would open a couple packs of Infinity. But I think I'll throw in one more pack of Avatar too tomorrow. So that extra pack that we threw in here on top, I'm going to take that now. And I'm going to just add that to these 2. And so tomorrow, you will get 3 packs for the Magic players who love Magic. And for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Players, you guys get to see one of my cool, old-school Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks. Granted, none of them have been upgraded yet for the new Genesis format. I just haven't had the time. With everything that's happened, and to be perfectly honest, this is still more of a Magic channel than it is going to be a Yu-Gi-Oh! Channel at this point, just because I've kind of invested too much into Magic at this point, to be perfectly honest, to go back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. Even though I love the idea of Genesis, I ultimately just don't have... My fear is I'm going to go out and I'm going to start playing Genesis, and it's just going to be the same thing that I experienced with Link Monsters, where people are just going to build these way crazy decks that I haven't conceived of before, and I'm just going to get pub stomped to snot, and I'm just not going to enjoy it. Whereas, the thing I love about Commander is the fact that there are 4 players in the game means that there's a solid chance that I won't get targeted for at least a little while. And as long as I'm not being targeted for a little while, that's pretty good for me. It gives me an opportunity to figure stuff out and go from there. So those ones are for tomorrow. These ones are for now. Let's see if we can pull any cool legendaries to add to our collection. I'm going to keep my Avatar collection of legendaries separate in, like, maybe in here? Nope, that's already being used. Ooh, what about this? Okay, I'm going to keep them in here. Although it is Yu-Gi-Oh! Again, ironic. But I'm going to keep all my Avatar legendaries into this box for now until I am done going through these 2 boxes of cards over here, so that I can then, hopefully, as I said, build my super cool Avatar deck. And I do already have a copy of the Joda that you need to play with the 5-color Avatar, so that you can play all your creatures and every other spell for free. Which is going to be the goal of the deck too, of course, because everybody's going to do that, I know, but it's still fun. So, token, land, hollow, best card. And then 4 uncommons in theory. And we should be good. Alright, first pack. Let's see what we got. Sandbender Storm. Ooh, cool. They actually brought the Sandbenders into this too. I love that. 3 and a white. That's a bit expensive for an instant, but you get to destroy a target creature with power 4 or greater, which is pretty solid if you're going to get killed by it. Or you can Earthbend 3. Target land you control becomes a 0/0 creature with haste that's still land. Put 3+1/+1 counters on it. See, I like how this explains it better. I'm really still confused about how waterbending works. Firebending makes sense. Airbending makes sense. Earthbending makes sense. Waterbending is the one that confuses me a bit. I'm hoping something in here will eventually explain that. I'm going to top that, though. Even though it's expensive, both those seem like really good effects. We got our first lesson of this pack. 4 and a blue. That's expensive. Lost Days, though. Oh, it's got Momo looking for Appa. That was so sad in the show. Every step his friend was just out of reach. Aww. The owner of target creature or enchantment puts it into their library second from the top or on the bottom. You create a clue token. Is that my choice or their choice? Either way, I kind of like that better than the normal version where it just goes right on top. At least they have to draw an extra card to get to it. I'm going to put that there. Nah, it's a little expensive. I'm going to put it mid. Path to Redemption. Double Iroh. Nice. Iroh when he was the evil dragon lord of the West, and then his redemption on the White Lotus. Nice. 1 and a white for an aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature can attack or block. Pay 5, sacrifice this, exile enchanted creature, create a 1/1 white ally creature token. You can only do it on your turn. That's messed up. That's a weird aura. I kind of like it, though. It's going to be one of those ones where you're going to get targeted, though, for it and just get eliminated from the field, which is annoying. Do I mid that? It's cheap enough that I'm going to actually let it go top. Why not? The flavor gets me over. Merchant of Many Hats. I love this guy. He's hilarious in the show. My cousin, my brother. Also known as Doc, the ferryman, Zoo, the fishmonger, and Wuxi, the river cleaner, depending on what job needed to be done in Fang Hui Village. Human Peasant Ally, 2 and a black, return this card from your graveyard to your hand. And it's a 2/2. I mean, that's great for sacrifice decks. That's a fantastic card. And I mean, that's my first grade of the day, but you guys can hear listen to Kaiba snore in the background if I'm quiet enough. Rocky Rebuke. No, I'm just kidding. Rocky Rebuke. Rebuke. Sorry, I said it wrong twice. 1 and a green for an instant. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. I am the greatest earthbender in the world. Don't you two dunderheads ever forget it. Nice. I'm going there for that. How to Start a Riot. 2 and a red. Oh, what a great card. Hey, riot! Target creature gains menace until end of turn. Creatures target player controls gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Interesting. I like that. You can pick the creature, so you can pick somebody else's board to do that too, to help them out if you wanted to mess with somebody. So that's going top. We got the Platypus Bear! Nice! 1 and green or blue. Defender. Ooh, that's interesting. When this creature enters, mill 2 cards. Okay. As long as there is a lesson card in your graveyard, this creature can attack as though it doesn't have Defender, and it's a 2/3. Interesting. I'm not sure how much I like that, just because it seems very limiting. I'm going to put it mid, because there are a lot of lessons in this set. So it is plausible that that would be very useful, but if you don't play lessons, then there's a good chance that card's just going to sit there for blocking purposes, essentially. Knowledge Seeker from the library. 1 and a blue, Vigilance. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. It's a 2/1, and when it dies, you create a clue. I'm going to top that, even though I don't like 2/1s normally. I really like the fact that it has Vigilance, first off, so you can block and attack with it. And second off, if you put it in the right deck, you're going to beef that thing up fast enough. That'll be useful. Tundra Tank. 2 and a black, but it has Firebending 1. But since that's in the reminder text, I think it only counts as black. So, whenever this creature attacks, you can add 1 red mana. And then when this vehicle enters, target creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn. That's pretty good. Crew 1. It's a 4/4. I mean, all good stats. I like this. Team Avatar! Oh, that is a cool hit. 2 and a white. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. I saw this one in one of the spoilers, and I was really excited to see if I could pull this for a token deck. I want to hopefully pull 3 or 4 copies of it, but I mean, that is awesome. I'm really psyched for this. Also pay 2 and a white, discard this card. It deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control to target creature. I don't really care for that second ability, to be perfectly honest. But that first ability is insane. So it's going top. Fire Nation Warship. Ooh, 3 for 4/4 with reach. And when it dies, create a clue token. Crew 2. All decent stats. And I mean, the fact that it can block flying is why it's going top. Okay, so we got another ally. I'm assuming this... Okay, so I was saying this about the token earlier. Presuming that is white, maybe this one's red? Like, it's hard to tell what color these ally tokens are supposed to be, because they don't really specify. But that is a really nice token. On the other side is a clue. Oh, it's got the Appa warrant on... or wanted poster on it. Missing poster on it. That's what I wanted to say. Aww. That is so cute. I actually like the other sides of these better, to be honest, than the actual allies. The allies are nice, don't get me wrong. They're beautiful characters from the show. But I'm just more of a fan of these so far. These are really nice. Clue tokens. Our land is the North Pole Gates. Enters tapped, add white or blue, pay 4, sacrifice, draw a card. I'm not a huge fan of the idea of sacrificing it, but I like the Northern Pole Gates. I would love to collect all the different types of lands too and put them into that Avatar deck. So maybe we'll keep a side of all the different types of duo lands and stuff that we pull. Special lands, I mean to say. Because we didn't pull a special land yesterday, did we? We just pulled a regular plains. I mean, it's a beautiful scene. Yeah, we'll keep them all together. Why not? We should. We'll keep all the regular Avatar cards together too in a different spot. Ozai's Cruelty, 2 and a black. I think we pulled this the other day, didn't we? Deals 2 damage to target creature, or target player. That player discards 2 cards. Did we pull that? Ozai's Cruelty. No, we did not. I must have seen it on a spoiler and thought, oh, I remember. I saw a short about this because there was Voxy and the Amazonian girl. I can't remember exactly what her title is. I apologize. I apologize to you because I can't remember exactly what you go by. But they both. She put out a short of them both like fawning over how Ozai is shirtless in this. That's where I saw this. You will learn respect and suffering will be your teacher. And our final card. Ooh, we got the Fire Lord Azula. We are just hitting all the good ones so far, guys. We got Toph, we got Fire Lord Azula now. Firebending 2. And whenever you cast a spell while Fire Lord Azula is attacking, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copies. This is insane for a good Spellslinger deck or something. If I pull a second copy of this, I might actually put it into my red, blue, black Spellslinger deck. You guys have seen that one on this channel before. That would actually be a really good idea. Very cool, very cool. I am loving this set so much so far. Oh my goodness. So much do I love this set. I really haven't found anything that I'm not happy with in this set so far. I guess maybe Wanderbending just gives you whatever the ability is beside it, and you just have to pay the cost with whatever the thing is. Whereas Firebending, you don't have to pay a cost. Earthbending you do, but Firebending you don't. Alright. Pack number 2. because I want to get through this, like I say, and make sure that I might have time for the Super Deck Sunday before he comes home from wherever he went. I have no idea. And then I also need to get my laundry done today. And I'd like to do some deck building and maybe even play online if I get a chance. Token, land, hollow, best card, 4 uncommons. There we go. Pack number 2. Let's start with Otter Penguin. Aww. So cute. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, this creature gets +1/+2 until end of turn. Can't be blocked. Ooh. Will you go penguin slitting with me? It's a 2/1 to start, which kind of sucks, but you can get it to a 3/3 every turn and make it unblockable. That's pretty solid. It's going top. You know what? I'm going to just quickly split these before we go. I had decided, I think the koi I had decided was going bottom. I thought that was good. This was good. This was good. That was pretty good. I think the wolf bat went bottom too. Yeah, because I don't like finality counters. I'm not super fan of the sparring dummy. That one's pretty good, except the cost is a little high, and that one's pretty good. So it's more like this. But so far I haven't pulled anything where I'm like, I just don't want to play that, or I would never touch that card, because they're all just amazing. Flavor is so on point in this set. I'm going to talk about that like every video. Cat Owl is a cat bird, so it might go in my bird deck. Or my cat deck. No, it can't go in my cat deck, unfortunately. Could go in my bird deck, though. 3 blue-white, your choice, for 3/3 with flying, and whenever it attacks, untap target artifact or creature. Nice. That is insanely good. See, now, okay, here's an example. You've seen my mono blue deck. You know how fudged up my mono blue deck is. If they change that stupid pip rule, I can put this into my mono blue deck. Do you think I should have this in my mono blue deck? I don't think I should have it in my mono blue deck. I think that's not fair at all. But if you tell me I can put it in my mono blue deck, I'm going to put it in my mono blue deck. Because that will let me tap or untap anything on my board, essentially. And just continue my chain of all my nonsense. Rabbit-roo troop! We got a rabbit kangaroo! Nice! 3 and 2 white. This could go in my bunny deck that I want to build. 3/5. Whenever a land you control enters, this creature gains flying until end of turn, and you gain 1 life. And it has plane cycling too. I mean, if it doesn't go into my avatar deck, it's definitely going into my bunny deck when I build that, because that is cute as heck and amazingly good. Hog Monkey! 2 and a black for a 3/2. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control gets with a +1/+1 counter on it gets menace. Okay, so you have to have a +1/+1 counter on something. And then it has an exhaust ability, which came from the Aether Drift series. 5 to put 2 +1/+1 counters on itself to make it a 5/4. And then you could target itself to give itself menace, which is interesting. Kind of like that. I'm going to admit it, though, because that's a little expensive to get the exhaust ability off, but decent. Earthbending Lesson. 3 and a green for a sorcery that lets you Earthbend 4. Oh, Earthbending doesn't cost anything. Okay, so Waterbending is the only one that costs something so far, it seems. Interesting. I like that one, actually. It's a little expensive, but I think you get a decent ability out of it. Rough Rhino Cavalry! Oh, cool! I love these guys in the show. They're hilarious. My favorite one is the one that throws the bombs and looks like, what's his name? From G.I. Joe. Shadow something, isn't it? No. The one that's silent. I can't remember his name off the top of my head now. I'm just too focused on this series and how much I love this art and how much it just is blowing my mind. So 4 in a red gives you a 5/5 with Firebending 2 and Exhaust 8. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on this creature, it gains trample until end of turn. Okay, so in theory, if you had enough mana built up from all the things that are attacking, you could probably pay this ability and make it into a 7/7 on the turn that you want to. Get the best advantage out of it. That's interesting. I'm going to mid that one. It's a little bit expensive, but it's a good card for sure. Again, look at all the beautiful tribal symbols in these cards. Look at the Fire Nation symbol on there. It's awesome. Abandoned attachments. 1 in a blue or red. You may discard a card. If you do, draw 2 cards. That is perfect. I love this one. Look at that. Learn to let her go, or you cannot let the pure cosmic energy flow in from the universe. Guru Patik. I hope I can pull one of him. Eeyore! Oh my god. Eeyore, what the fuck is wrong with me? I'm sorry. Iroh! Tea-Master! Oh my goodness, so excited. 1 red and white for a 2/2. When he enters, you get to make a food token. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may have target opponent gain control of target permanent you control. When you do, create a 1/1 white ally creature token. Put a +1/+1 counter on that token for each permanent you own that your opponents control. Interesting. Very interesting. Our legendary pool continues to grow, and we have pulled one of my absolute favorite characters in the show. I mentioned this yesterday. Toph is my absolute favorite. He is my second favorite, and it's a tie between Aang and Zuko for my third. If you wanted me to, if you're twisting my arm to pick one after that, I might actually go with Azula. I'm not the biggest fan, and I might get some hate for this, but I'm not the biggest fan of Katara or Sokka. I just found them frustrating sometimes in the series. Particularly for Aang, I found them some things I think he could have accomplished more rapidly without them. But I mean, they're very integral parts of the family, and I wouldn't have them not be in the series because they mean everything to the series too at the same time. But there are certain aspects where I'm just like, I mean, there's even arcs where I love Katara's arc going after the person who killed her mom, for example. That's an amazing arc. Sokka with the sword, amazing arc. But yeah. Anyways. Ooh, we got the Fire Sages. Firebending 1 and 2 red to put a +1/+1 counter on it. And it's a 2/2 for 1 and a red. Decent. All around decent. I'm going to top that one because it's a cheaper one, and its ability is fairly doable. Ooh, we pulled the cool Earthbending lesson! Or Energy Bending lesson, I mean. I can't read today. Lands you control gain all basic land types until end of turn, draw a card. This is fantastic. I remember everybody chewing about the art and how they don't want to get the one version of the art on this. I'm really happy we got this version because this is the version that everybody's like oohing and awing over. And honestly, I agree. This is the better version of the artwork. This is beautiful. That is gorgeous and definitely top. Momo! Look, Kaiba, I pulled Momo. It's Aang's pet. Yeah, Kaiba doesn't care. 1 white for a 1/1, Flying Vigilance. When Momo leaves the battlefield, choose 1. Create a food token, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, or scry 2. Interesting. If you can find a way to, like, flicker him constantly, you could actually get some really cool stuff out of this. Neat. I suppose you would have to learn how to airbend to do that. Food token to go with Iroh. Beautiful. I'm just going to show the other side first. Monk to go with the firebending monks from earlier. Fire sages, I mean. Good token. I like the food side. So far, I'm really loving the... Although this has prowess, which is kind of cool. But I'm really loving the foods. Oh, I do need more of these. I actually have things that make this, but I didn't have very many tokens of them, so that's cool. Okay, the grand reveal of the land is... Ooh, Full Art Swamp in the catacombs underneath Ba Sing Se. Nice. That is a good land. War Balloon. Ooh. 2 in a red, flying, 4/3. Put a fire counter on this vehicle by paying 1. As long as it has 3 or more fire counters on it, it's an artifact creature, and then you don't have to pay the crew 3. Neat. Cool. And last one. Firebending Student! I mean, we already had two, but I kind of like the artwork on this one better than the other one a little bit, to be perfectly honest. That's going top for sure. Let's do a comparison. I mean, this one is more true to the show for sure, and I do like the full art on it, don't get me wrong. That is kind of cute, though. No? Like, that kind of has, like, an anime cuteness to it, whereas this one's definitely more, eh. I'm gonna say I like this one more because of the show quality versus, but that's still cute. And that's still definitely worth putting up top because those are really good cards to put into any sort of deck that has red and a bunch of instants or sorceries. Final pack. You're okay. What's up? You want to say hi? You gonna say hi? Either humans. I'm awake now. I want attention and love. Tell me how good I am. Tell me that I'm the bestest. It's Saturday, and I got my daddy up because I thought it was time for work, because I'm a bestest. So daddy got to spend time hanging out with Sean. Sean is pretty cool. He's one of our friends on the YouTube. And Sean, he had his birthday this week. It was the same day as my buddy Pele's birthday, which was kind of cool. And daddy's going to grab a drink. And we hung out with Sean on his birthday some too. And Sean's a really great guy. And we're really happy that he had an awesome birthday. And he's getting really close to getting monetized too. So good luck to the Sean friend. And yeah. Give me lots of love and tell everybody in the comments, tell daddy that I'm cooler than Avatar. Okay? Let daddy know that the Puggy is the better than the Avatar. Because daddy right now is just way too excited for these cards. Okay? Thank you guys. Love you. Oh, Kaiba. I open this last pack, and then I will give you some attention while I set up for the next video. How's that? Oh, I have to do both at the same time? Well, that's going to be challenging, but okay. We can try. So first off, I will set up the pack, and then I will scratch your belly with one hand, and I will reveal cards with the other. So, token, land, hollow, best card, 4 uncommons. No Flip Ang yet. I'm hoping that Flip Ang is actually available in regular packs. I'm going to be really sad if you can't pull him in regular packs. I don't want like the crazy full art version of it. I just want a 5-color Ang to build my commander deck around. Azula Always Lies. Choose one or both. Target creature gets -1/+1 until end of turn, or you get a +1/+1 counter on target creature. For 1 and a black, that's not bad. You could kill a token and give yourself a boost. I'm okay with that. This is why it's going to be challenging, Kaiba. You don't care, though. You just want the attention. I know. We got another giant koi. So yeah, I'm guessing that's how it works. Waterbending, you have to pay the cost, and then you get whatever ability it says. But you do get to cheapen the cost by tapping artifacts and creatures. So I mean, this thing could be really good to put into my mono blue deck, too. But this one actually would fit in there because it is completely blue. And it would be fair. And there's a good chance it might go in there. I can't remember if I topped that or mid that last time. I think I mid it last time, didn't I? Yeah, okay. We're going to still mid that. Because it's only going to be really good in that mono blue deck where I have a whole bunch of artifacts and stuff. Earth Kingdom Soldier. Ooh, I like the artwork on this one. 4 and a green or white. That's pretty expensive. But you get a 3/4 with Vigilance, so it's not bad. When it enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures you control. So you could give himself a +1/+1 counter and a +1/+1 counter to a friend. All in all, I'm going to say it's worth the cost and put it top. Fire Nation Raider. 3 and a red for a 4/2 raid. This creature enters if you attack this turn, create a clue token. Interesting. I'm going to admit it because it has way too weak a butt. If it was a stronger on the butt end, I would probably top that. I'm hoping that's not super fuzzy. Walltop Sentries. 2 and a green for a 2/3 with reach and death touch. Damn. When this creature dies, if there's a lesson card in your graveyard, you gain 2 life. I mean, I don't even care about that second half. You get a 2/3 with reach and death touch for 2 and a green? That might end up going in my mono green death touch deck at some point. These cards are going to just beef up a whole bunch of my decks that I have whenever I get around to actually going out and playing again. If I ever get over my social anxiety. And Kaiba gets over his paranoia about me leaving him. Cunning Maneuver, 1 and a red. Target creature gets +3/+1 until end of turn. Create a clue token. I mean, it's not terrible. I wish it gave like First Strike or something if you're going to give me the weak butt though instead of the power. But it is red, so that makes more sense to give it the power anyways. Vindictive Warden from the actual... when they capture all the Earthbenders and put them on the ship. Menace 2/3 for 2 and a black or red, and also has Firebending 1, so that's a stacked card for 2 and a black or red. Plus it has pay 3, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent. I'm going to say definitely a win and put that top. Cruel Administrator. You're 1 mistake away from dying where you stand. Oh, that's the teacher from the show. Oh, I forgot to read the flavor text on this one. And the flavor text on a couple of the other ones. In the Fire Nation's eyes, the world was theirs, and they would let the world know it. Okay, that makes sense on the Raider. Is that all you got? Man, they'll make anyone an Admiral these days, says Aang while Zhao is taking shots at him. Do you want out? I can open the door so you can go out. You don't have to be stuck in here. I was just trying to keep the light from getting downstairs too much. You gonna go downstairs? Go ahead. You're not a prisoner. No, I'm not going down until I finish this video. I'm almost done. Almost done. We'll go outside after that, okay? 3 black and red for 5/4 when it has raid, so it enters with a +1/+1 counter if you attack this turn. Whenever it attacks, create a 2/2 red soldier with Firebending 1. Ooh. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Ember Island Production. 3 and 2 blue. Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control, except it's not legendary, and it's a 4/4 hero in addition to its other types. Okay. Create a token that's a copy of target creature an opponent controls, except it's not legendary, and it's a 2/2 coward in addition to its other types. I like this. It's expensive, but I like it. Suki! We got Suki, guys! This is an insane pack! An insane fun series. Suki's power is equal to the number of creatures you control. Damn, she's 2 green and... She's 2 and 2 green, 2 white, or a mix of the... whatever. Whenever she attacks, create a 1/1 white ally creature token that's tapped and attacking with her. Nice. Like this. Unlucky Cabbage Merchant! Oh, I know some people in my friends from Nova Scotia who are going to be jealous. I pulled this. 1 and a green for a 2/2. When it enters, create a food token. Whenever you sacrifice a food, you can search your library for a basic land, put it onto the battlefield tapped. If you search your library this way, put a creature on the bottom of its owner's library, then shuffle. Oh, put this creature on the bottom of its owner's library, then shuffle. I'm still saying that's a win, for sure. There is another ally, and again, how are you supposed to tell the difference? We have now 3 different allies, all different artworks, and I have no idea whether they're all 1/1 white ones, or if they're green, or if they're red, or what. Other side? Another clue, and again, the clue just keeps winning. That is awesome, the White Lotus Petal token. I love that. Our holo is... Oh, nope, our land is. From the South Pole. Nice. Our holo is... Another Vindictive Warden. Okay, I'm not going to knock that. I can put 1 into one deck and 1 into another deck for sure. There's nothing wrong with that. We got Sokka! Bold Boomeranger! Blue and red for a 1/1. When he enters, discard up to 2 cards and draw that many. Whenever you cast an artifact or lesson spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Sokka. I'm just a guy with a boomerang. And we now have 7 legendaries. And I am so happy with these Avatar cards. I hope you guys are enjoying this Avatar series too. This was just a random Saturday video of me just oohing and awing over Avatar because I'm going to do that a whole bunch for the next couple of months. In theory, if all goes well, and if I'm smart about how I open things, I'm hoping to have maybe 3 or 4 packs of Avatar left when it comes to my birthday. And end this run of an amazing play booster box that I'm just really loving on my birthday. That would be amazing. So we have 18 packs left after tomorrow's video. I'm probably going to ration them out, maybe like a couple here, a couple there throughout the next like 3 or 4 weeks, and then do like a big thing for Christmas and then another big thing for my birthday. But in the meantime, in between time, Kaiba wants my attention, and I promised him that I would get out there. So I'm going to leave you here from Kaiba out in the hallway, and myself to you guys. Take care, much love, and enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Okay, bye.